And this is our physical rehabilitation game, Paths to Recovery. Now, Paths to Recovery is a choose-your-own-adventure medieval story game set in the mythical kingdom Vaethelred. The premise of the game is that the main character plays as the gate guard in the kingdom. Recently, the protective force field that surrounds the castle has fallen, and an evil mist has crept its way into the kingdom and kind of infected the minds of the civilians. As the gate guard, your duty is to help sort out the chaos. Your job is to allow maybe confused citizens into the castle that would be of help to the kingdom and ward away malicious or malign intruders by force or violent means if necessary. We'll get through our fully cinematic opening cutscene here in a moment that explains the story, and I can talk a little bit more about how we control the game. This is primarily through the use of our OpenTV model with some hand tracking and physical rehabilitation exercise monitoring. This about concludes the opening cutscene. So this takes us into the opening gameplay loop of the game. Once again, the primary goal of the game is to sort out which NPCs are good and which NPCs are bad, allow good ones into the castle, and fight off the bad ones. Okay. So as you can see here, this is our king NPC. We can infer from his dialogue that this is one of the good ones. All right. Our primary means of control is through OpenCV and data pipe hand tracking. As you can see, by the cursor position on the screen and my hand movement, the OpenCV pipeline tracks the position of the player's hand in relation to the screen, in relation to the camera, and uses that for the position of the cursor. And then, if you can zoom in on the state here at the top, if I stretch my hand to an open position, the game reflects this and does a click. If I return my hand to a neutral position, the game reflects this and puts the cursor in an inactive state. And if I put my hand in a closed position, sort of the inverse position of the stretch, the game acts similarly to if it were in an open position and performs a click as well. So the king is a good NPC, so we'll simply select talk to him by holding the cursor over the talk option in open position. And now we have further dialogue from the king. So in reading this, we pick the option that would pacify the king and we let him into the castle. All right, next we're presented with our jester. So we can tell from here that he has a worse vibe to him. His dialogue seems rude, so he was unhelpful. So our goal is to fight the jester. Once again, we'll use the open position to select the fight option. And this takes us into our combat. Now here, you need to gauge the character's sprite and act accordingly. If the character is attacking you, you need to block in order to not take damage. So that's what we're going to do so, because the jester is throwing a punch. We're going to continue to fight the jester, because once again, he is evil. And now the jester's in a neutral stance, which means that we can damage him with an attack. So we'll do that here, once again with the open selection. Wonderful. So we felled the jester. We move on to our wizard character. He's a talker, he's good, so we continue. Normal man with the bomb is evil, so we fight him. We block, using a variety of both open and closed positions. And certain characters will trigger special endings. This is the Demon King. He is the worst of the worst NPCs. You let him inside the castle by talking to him, he'll trigger a negative ending. And this is just one of our many 6 fully cinematic, fully musically scored endings. These incentivize the player to keep going and to continue their physical rehabilitation by giving them more and more to look forward to each time they play the game. Thank you for watching.